Hey guys, welcome back to HMRK. And first and foremost, please hit a like. And wow, what a eventful first week of the season for all of us Spurs fans. Started off with a defeat to Everton at home. And you know what? Honestly, they deserve to win. They were the better side. They were more cohesive. They had better ball retention, and that said, they looked dangerous. However, we created a couple of good opportunities. However, you have to be clinical in the Premier League, and Jordan Pickford did well, kept them in the game, and then second half, wow, what a header. Absolute bullet header straight into the top corner. Harry Kane would have been super proud of a header like that. Unfortunately, it was for the other team, and then after that, the lack of fight, really. You think you go 1-0 down at home, with majority of the second half to play. You roll up your sleeves and you go and try to get yourself back into the game. But wow, I mean, we went out on a whimper, didn't even create an opportunity, and it was, I'm not going to lie, it was poor watching actually, and you could see Mourinho's, his face was like thunder. And I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in a dressing room. I know the All or Nothing cameras have disappeared from Amazon, but wow, I would have loved to have actually been in there and listened to what he had to say. It certainly wouldn't have been pretty. But then we moved on to a second qualifying round game against, I'm trying to remember the name of the team now, Plovdiv, and the Bulgarian outfit. And again, I didn't actually get to watch the game. I was unfortunately working, but I'm glad, or it sounds like it was a game worth swerving. One was poorly covered TV coverage, poor transmission, loss of transmission. But the big news is we actually literally went 1-0 down with 15 minutes to play. So we could have actually been knocked out without making the group stages, which had been absolutely terrible especially for Jose, who's actually only ever been in the competition twice and won it both times. So to have got knocked out before making the group stages wouldn't have looked great for his CV, let's be honest. But the part-timers imploded, had 2 players sent off. Up steps Harry Kane, cool and collected, slots home a penalty, then forgotten man Tanguy and Ndombele bundles home a winner, and hey, we're through to the next round. The reward, we're playing a side called KF Skijia from Macedonia, so I hope I got the pronunciation right. So that's a game that we now have to play next Thursday. Along with a tie against Leyton Orient in a Carabao Cup on Tuesday, as well as against tomorrow against Southampton. So as you can see, there's lots of games coming through thick and fast for us, and that's obviously part and parcel of one, having a big squad, and part and parcel of having to qualify now for the group stages of the Europa League. But the big news actually that has broken this week, and it kind of broke on Monday, and it was gathering pace. There was a lot of traction on there that Gareth Bale could be coming back to Spurs. Now, officially, it's not been announced by the club yet, but we all know that it's pretty much done. There was pictures, Sky were there, and there was a massive media frenzy and lots of fans at the training ground yesterday. Gareth Bale did pull up in an Audi, or he got chauffeur driven in, and you could clearly see he was there. He was smiling, so it looks like he's happy and he's glad to be back. The reports in the media suggest it's a loan deal, which obviously it is. Also, reports suggesting that it's going to be a kind of a 60-40 split. And there's also the option for the second year, so that's important. So if this move goes well for both parties, that can be extended, which will effectively take Gareth Bale to 2022 and the end of his contract. Thereby, he will become a free agent and be able to plot his next move. Whether that's stay with Spurs or maybe have a last hurrah in the MLS. Who knows? But great news to have him back. If he's still got it in, if he's still got the energy, and he's still got it in the tank, he's going to be an absolute fantastic signing. I mean, 4 Europe Champions League, 100+ goals for Real Madrid speaks for itself. He was absolutely wonderful the couple of seasons before he actually went for that world record £85 million move. So to have the prodigal son back You can't get any better than that. So also as part of that deal, we've got a defender from Real Madrid, Sergio Reguilon. Hopefully I pronounced the name right. If you listen to the media reports, a fee between 27 and 32 million pounds, signing on a 5-year contract. Real Madrid have insisted on a buyback, so the fact that they've insisted on a buyback suggests that they think that he's going to be a good player and he's going to progress really well at Spurs. But I mean, he won the European Cup with Sevilla last year, and he played. He spent the whole season on loan there, and was actually voted into the La Liga Team of the Year. So we're talking about a good player here. I'm actually really excited by this one. It's a position that we need to fill, especially with the fact that Danny Rose looks like he's going to be leaving the club. So this will provide stiff competition for Ben Davies, and it will provide the squad with the refresh that it needs. So that's interesting. But again, if rumours are to believe, the spending doesn't stop there. Jose Mourinho absolutely wants a striker before the transfer window closes. So there's a good possibility we'll get a striker in. I mean, there was rumours Danny Ings, but Ralph Hasenhüttl has actually played water on that. It isn't going to happen. They're not going to sell him. So Danny Ings isn't going to be the player that is going to be coming to Tottenham. It'll be interesting to see. Tell me your thoughts. Who do you want to see as a striker, as a secondary striker at Spurs? I wanted Callum Wilson. He's gone to Newcastle. So, there's who are we going to get? I mean, it looks like it could be from someone from abroad, but, watch this space, as they say. Also, there's a possibility that we could sign a centre-half. There's been a South Korean centre-half, Kim, that has been branded around. So, again, watch this space on that one. So, interesting times. And as the transfer window comes to a close, I'm sure you'll see lots more activity by Spurs. Now, let's move on to tomorrow's game. We're literally playing Southampton. They've had a poor start. They've lost to Crystal Palace and then Brentford. So they've had 2 defeats. So they're going to be looking to bounce back. We played 197 games between the two sides. 83 wins for Spurs, 64 defeats and 50 draws. The 2 games in the league last year, the spoils were shared. We came out victors at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium 2-1. In the reverse fixture, Danny Ings scored the winner as Harry Kane limped off with a hamstring injury. We all know what happened there, but we obviously lost the game. We thought Harry Kane was out for the season, but it was a season like no other, and we did see Harry Kane return, which was great news. We also played in the FA Cup twice last year. The game at the St Mary's finished 1-1. The replay finished 3-2, 2-1 down, but we pulled it out the bag. Kyle Walker-Peters will line up against his old club. Højbjerg will line up against his old club. So let's see who gets the better result on the day. Danny Ings, obviously, I think we lost 1-0 and Southampton lost 1-0, so no goals were scored for both sides, so they're both looking to get off the mark. So Danny Ings and Harry Kane will be looking to get off the mark. So it'll be interesting to see which one of the two that actually scores a goal. I mean, Danny Ings scored 22 Premier League goals last year, so that was a pretty good return. So it should be really interesting. What about the team? Well, we know Jose likes Dyer, so Dele Alli and Toby stayed behind. They didn't even travel to Europe. So we're going to go with Hugo, Doherty, Toby, Dyer, Davis. That probably ain't going to change. Going to go with Højbjerg, again returning to his old stamping ground. Going to chuck in Lo Celso, we think is fit now, next to Højbjerg in a 4-2, and we're going to go a 3-1 here. Sonny, it just has to play. I think Dele with his rest will play. And I think that I would like to see Tanguy on Ndombele after his goal. Hopefully that'll give him a lot of confidence to come into the side to play as one of the 3 advanced attackers. And then Harry Kane, England captain, to be leading the line. I think there's going to be goals in this one. There typically is. I'm going to go for a 3-2 win. We don't really keep clean sheets. And although we didn't look like we were going to score against Everton, hopefully they'll have Jose will have got into the team and got into the lads, and they'll be up for it. We definitely need to get a result from this one. Although I can actually see us losing as well, but I'm gonna stick with my scoreline. I'm gonna stick with 3-2. Tell me your thoughts on the team. Give us your scorelines. As always, catch you on the next one. Come on, you Spurs.